You cannot control your circumstance and or what happens to you, but what you can control is how you respond to them. You are in control of how you feel, and you are in control of how to deal with the life cards that have been given to you. The moment you wake up is the moment you dictate how today is going to go. So, the moment you realize what role you have in your life is the moment you dictate how your life is going to be. Hi, my name is Emmy. Thank you for coming back to my channel and thank you for watching this video. So, you might have heard of this victim mentality, or you might have even been called a victim. Um, you might be curious about what it even is, or you might want to finally let go of this victim mentality that you have been holding on to. The first thing that you need to understand about the victim mentality is that it is extremely common, and I can guarantee that at one point in your life you've probably gone through it, or anyone in your life has probably attained it. I know personally I have had the victim mentality before. I have identified or been or acted like a victim, whatever. It's very normal. It's not normal. It's very common amongst us, but it is not needed. It is definitely not needed. I cannot think of any benefit you have from attaining this mindset. So if you fall into the category of having it and you are wanting to get rid of it, girl, kudos to you. The first thing that you could have done is started to research all about it and research how to let go of it. So good for you. The first thing that we need to do in order to let go of this mindset is to understand what it is. So according to Google, a victim mentality is when someone feels that bad things keep happening to them no matter what. At the root of this mentality is that none of these circumstances or situations are their fault. So, of course, in life, we are always thrown problems or situations that we have no control over, right? Sometimes we are the victim in a certain situation, and stuff did happen to us, and we are not at fault. But it's also important to realize that you cannot stay in that mindset. You might see this in situations with relationships, and when a girl or someone has been cheated on, and then they just classify everyone else as a cheater, or they say they'll never date again, all men are shit, all men are trash, whatever. That girl is staying in that victim mentality, and it's a toxic relationship with yourself. Any victim mentality is a negative cycle that you need to break. It's a negative pattern that keeps occurring in your life that you need to let go of. And of course, there are many reasons why it can happen in the first place. It can happen because having a victim mentality is your comfort zone. You like to have others pity you. It's what you're familiar with. It's what you're comfortable being in. It's what you familiarized or identified yourself as. And most of the time, people cannot take accountability. So it's easier to blame others for their situations and their problems and why they can't succeed, and everything that happens to them is because of you and you're at fault and I'm not at fault. It's much easier to say that than to really take accountability and change your life. There is also a subconscious factor that can play into it as well, because no one is born with a victim mentality. It's a mindset that you either attain from someone else or you are influenced by, and most of the time it's caused by something out of your control. And this can even go back into your childhood and what you dealt with as a child, or what traumas you went through as a child. And of course, if you went through something that is not normal and it's not something that anyone should go through, by all means, you are the victim in this situation. What happened to you was uncontrollable, but it's up to you to come out of it. You can't rot in that problem and let your life fall apart. In life, we are thrown obstacles, and it's up to us to dictate how we can learn from these obstacles in order to grow and evolve as a person and as a human race in general. So like I said, there's many reasons of why you need to let this mentality go, and amongst the personal reasons of why you need to let it go, there's a lot. A victim mentality causes comparison within yourself. You compare yourself to others, you compare whatever material you have compared to others, you compare the lifestyle you have compared to others, the finances, the relationships, everything is a comparison in your life. And comparison destroys personality. And to go hand in hand with that, you don't think highly of yourself. You're destroying your character because you're comparing yourself so much to others that you don't like who you are. So that leads to having a low self-esteem, you have an inconsistent mindset, you're very negative, you're always complaining, there's no action in your life, so you're not chasing your dreams, there's no room for growth because you're stuck in this box of identifying yourself as a victim, you're discontent with everything, and you don't see the value of what you do possess right now, and therefore you are unable to move on. It's like a trickle down effect that comes with having a victim mentality, and that is why you need to let go of it. There's also many societal reasons about why you need to let go of it, because not only does it affect you, but it affects everyone else in your life. So eventually people who do have the victim mentality, they eventually draw people away, they gaslight people, they never take accountability, they're always defensive. So like I said, I can't think of any good benefit that comes from you having this victim mentality. So you need to let go of it. You also have to realize that nobody is coming to save you and nobody is coming to change your life for you. That is your role that you have in your life. So once you can finally let go of that mentality, you'll be able to recognize the role, the importance, the influence that you have in your life. And then that will lead for you to finally become the creator of your reality and to change your life in whatever direction you want. So how do you recognize it within yourself? This is the same concept, or goes hand in hand with why you need to let it go. Typically a victim embodies or contains the following: comparison, low self-esteem, defensive, no action, no accountability, no fault in anything, no growth, gaslighting, negative, complaining about everything, resentful of other people, questioning why them and why not you, no love for yourself, no love for what you have, you focus on what you don't have, you never move on from problems, you can keep a mental score of people and situations in your life, and much more. Again, you need to realize that this is common. You might even have identified someone in your life who has this mentality, but it's not needed. You don't need it. You cannot need it. So hopefully you are wanting to let go of it in order to change. So what can you do to let go of the victim mentality? I think first, in order for you to really hold yourself accountable, because nobody is fighting this with you, it's you versus you, and that is the hardest battle or the hardest fight that you'll ever have with anyone. You need to make yourself a promise. Promise yourself that you're gonna let go of this mentality. Promise yourself that you're not going back and you're not dipping back into this mentality, because it has no benefit for you. I can guarantee you, once you really let go of this, you are going to feel an enormous shift in your life. Opportunities and doors will just open for you, and you're gonna enter this other world that you would have never thought was possible. I know I did whenever I finally let go of this mentality. So again, a victim mentality is exactly what it's called. It's a mentality. So in order for you to start to let go of it, you have to rewire your brain. You have to change your perspective on life. Two people can be dealt the same cards or the same situations, and one of them will always grow out of it simply because of the mindset they have. I know personally, I used to be a very sensitive person, and anything that anyone said to me negatively or something tiny, like so small, I was already victimizing myself and telling myself that they did it because they don't like you, this happened to you for a reason, blah, 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 whatever. The moment I told myself I am no longer going to let these people affect me or let my mind go against me, is the moment I decided to change my mindset and change my identity. What you focus on has feelings. So if you focus on being a victim or all the negatives in your life or all the people that did you wrong or what you think is going to happen, what are you going to feel in regards to that? Are you going to feel good? Are you going to feel happy? Are you going to feel loved? So recognize that what you focus on is what you feel. So change your perspective. Stop focusing on everything that goes wrong in your life and start focusing on what is going good in your life. You also have to recognize that your words have meaning, and meaning defines emotion. So if you are repeating yourself or telling yourself that you suck and that your life sucks and you'll never become anything out of life, what meaning is that going to have? And then what emotion is going to go hand in hand with that meaning? It's not going to be positive. Everything is going to be negative. And you're going to attract all of that negativity. So change your mindset, change your perspective, change the way you talk to yourself, even if you don't believe it at first. If you think of your mentality as a piece of concrete, and the little words that you tell yourself of a positive energy every day is like little drops of water trickling down on that piece of concrete, what do you think is going to happen to that piece of concrete over time? There's going to be a hole in it. So those little itty bitty affirmations that you tell yourself is going to grow, and you're starting the process of reprogramming your mind. Even if it's unfamiliar with you at first or you don't even believe it at first, just tell yourself it, and over time it will become your reality. You made a promise with yourself that you're not going back into that mentality. Even if everyone in your life is telling you that you can't do it, that you are this or you are that or you're never going to be anything in life, you made that promise. You got you. You don't need anyone. So defy your odds. Set a new standard for yourself. Prove yourself wrong. Feel what you want in life. Feel what it feels like to live the life you want, and do it. Those negative people that are in your life that are causing you unnecessary stress, that are disturbing your peace, that are maybe the reason why you're starting to dip back into that mentality, limit contact with them. Why are they in your life? And this can suck whenever it pertains to family or someone very close to you, but you still have the power to create an emotional barrier with yourself. Now that you know everything that there is to know about a victim mentality, you can start to recognize it in other people and realize that these people who come to you that are hurt or attacking you, they are hurt themselves. They have something going on in their life that they are identifying themselves as a victim. They are embodying the victim mentality themselves. But with that emotional barrier, you are not allowing their negative victim energy to come into your space. You're putting a halt to them. Because girl, we don't have time for that shit. So recognize the people in your life that are negative and limit contact with them. Recognize negative patterns in your life that may cause you to dip back into that mentality and change them. Personally, I recognize that certain people were coming at me to make me feel a certain way, and I allowed them. That was my negative pattern, was I allowed these people's negativity to influence my life. So I took that power back and I told myself, no more of this shit. We're letting it go. And finally, the last and most important thing that you can do is remind yourself of what you have and what you love. A lot of the times, victims or people that embody that victim mentality, they don't see value in what they have at the moment, and they're always wanting more. They're never content, they're never grateful, none of that shit. And that can happen to us. A lot of the time, we can focus on what bag we have, what shoes we don't have, what car we don't have, and we lose value or we lose gratitude for the stuff that we do have. There's this little picture that I love that is right here, and it really speaks 1,000 words. Finally, we have come to the homework. So again, nothing in your life will change if you don't take action. When answering these journal prompts, please be honest with yourself and be truthful with yourself. Nobody is reading this. This is you and your journal. This is you talking to you. Hold yourself accountable, because if you won't, who will? So answer the following journal prompts. Do I sometimes embody a victim mindset? Why do I think I sometimes embody the victim mindset? What do I benefit from having this mentality? How can I take action towards reversing this mentality? And finally, write a gratitude list. Again, you have multiple things to be grateful for, from something as big as your house, your apartment, whatever you reside in, to something as small as a pair of socks. Victims don't have gratitude, but you're no longer a victim. So embrace gratitude every day in your life and watch how your life will change. So with that, thank you for watching this video. I love you. We are no longer identifying as a victim. Change your identity. You can do it. And I will see you in the next video.